SBF, who, for whatever reason, just keeps messing up what he's been, his case that he's in. So he's under house arrest in Palo Alto at his parents' house, and it appears that he's been using a VPN to text or email with people, to access all sorts of documents. He's been using, encrypted and disappearing messaging services like Signal to talk with his general counsel, Ryan Miller, to maybe do some witness tampering. We don't know. But the U.S. attorneys have now sent a letter to the federal judge who's overseeing the case saying, hey, what's going on here? We can't have him, erasing evidence. We can't have him witness tampering. We can't be doing all this. We got to tighten his bail. We gotta stop him from using the VPN. Do something here. And the federal district court judge, his name is Lewis Kaplan, has said, yeah, that's correct. Stop doing this, SBF.
What is happening in this case? Like, every turn I hear something different that makes me cringe and shudder. Like a complete, I do not care about the legal, like the actual legal processes. I think the last one I heard was he blamed his attorneys for forcing him to file for bankruptcy, and now he's probably, his attorneys are like, hey, chill out, don't do these things, and he's like, yeah, whatever, signal text. I don't know what else to say. It's almost like you have to shake him and be like,
right,
why don't you care about this?
Which is, his parents are Stanford law professors. You would think that, like, being under house arrest with two Stanford law professors is nobody like, yo, chill out. Don't. Witness tampering is not good in this situation. There's billions of dollars at stake here.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm using the VPN to watch Netflix. I want to watch Netflix in Japan.
Wasn't that the argument? Wasn't that the argument?
I think it is. I actually do think that's the argument where his lawyer's like, oh no, he's using the VPN so he can watch something on TV. Like, come on. And the fact that if you're an attorney, you have to make these arguments. Granted, maybe it's true. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe. But even the fact that I have to even explain to the court why my client is utilizing these methods that historically are used to circumvent, any sort of order stopping you from talking to certain kinds of people or certain people in particular. Stop! I don't want to be in that situation.
Just the juxtaposition of the fact that we have some of the top Wall Street firms, some of the biggest names in business, billions of dollars of international money at stake, and like this 30-something, 20-something-year-old kid who's like playing with text messages and using QuickBooks, and just the juxtaposition of like high and low brow stuff here and just what's going on is so wild to me.
It makes no sense, and I want to get to the other part of this because it makes me laugh more than anything about the fees. Let's talk about the fees because I think we had an off-camera conversation about this because we thought So Sullivan is CNF is the firm for SBF in this bankruptcy, is the bankruptcy attorneys, and they have. Let me clarify that they're not the attorneys for SBF, the attorneys for the bankruptcy.
FTX.
They have, I think they have spent in a month? What is it, like $9 million?
In 19 days.
You tell me.
So,
in 19 days.
So in the 19 days that Sullivan and Cromwell was hired for bankruptcy proceedings in November, they charged $9.5 million for 6,500 hours billed across 151 staff. Now, that is only 19 days in November. We are now deep into February, so you can imagine how many hours they've racked up since, but that's what's come to light so far. Now, Sullivan and Cromwell has said that they've only charged a discount for senior staff, right, for their top partners, and are only seeking 80%
only $2,000.
Right, and are only seeking 80% of the total bill for November, which comes out to just $7.5 million, but staggering figures.
$7.5 million. This, and it's so funny, the justification for the bill. I'm sure they're doing great work, right? I'm sure there's mountains of documents. They have all the discovery attorneys going through everything. I get it, but that is such a staggering amount of money, especially in a bankruptcy where it's not a traditional bankruptcy. We're talking about a massive potential financial fraud and the likes of which similar to Enron. I mean, that's what's been claimed by the receiver. Or whoever's running the show right now, the trustee. It's so much money. It's so much money when everyone else is owed equally an outrageous amount of money. So it's crazy to watch like one thing go up while the other goes down.
And you had mentioned something about the cost of meals on their own?
Oh, I think there was a news story recently where the meals were something like $20-something thousand, maybe $23,000.
Which, you're not buying Subway sandwiches. Like, what?
I mean, if you are, that is such an outrageous number for food. Granted, if it's like 150 folks working on this, I guess meals can get very expensive, but it is so hard to comprehend sending a bill, and in the Excel sheet, right, in the invoice, it says on a little line, lunch, $21,000.
That's over $1,000 a day. It's for 19
mind.
days. Yeah.
I hope they're full. I hope they're full. I hope the meals were filling and they were delicious.
I hope the meals were delicious. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear what crazy story we're going to hear next about this case, because we've been talking about this now for a few months, and every time we talk about it, it's more entertaining than the last time. So I'm looking forward to the next thing.
For the future, I am frightened. I do not know what's next, but I am holding on for dear life to see what happens.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out also on LinkedIn and Twitter to keep up to speed with what we're doing. Catch you on the next one.